Am I doing this video to make myself feel better without actually proposing this to anybody? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pretend that I'm actually gonna make a point that I'm gonna actually tell to people, but I'm actually not. I'm just gonna be talking to myself because I'm literally insane. But okay, so there's this YouTuber that I started watching recently. Her name is Strange Eons. Eons? Not entirely sure how to pronounce her username because I don't know her that well yet. And like I haven't heard her say it that many times, okay? And I think her name is Taya. Taya? Something along those lines. But basically, she's like an emo gay girl who like I freaking love because like she's like super funny and like a sarcastic and like gay and like emo and like literally my aesthetic. So yeah. Really like her and appreciate her like blatant honesty and like just badassery. I don't know. I just like freaking love her. Like she's great. But anyways, there's this YouTuber who I really dislike. His name is Greg. I think, yeah, his name is Greg, but he goes by Onision, but then Onision isn't his only channel. Like, he has Uh-Oh Bro and Onision Speaks, I think. And basically, on all three of these channels, and by the way, he made 3 separate channels, not just one, because my guess is that he wants to manipulate more 8 to 12-year-old girls, and also like because his first channel was failing because he's such a horrible fucking person, so he thought that making a new channel and titling it differently would make it better, but it doesn't because you're still the same shitty person. So that failed. So now he has like 3 fucking channels that he like frequently uploads on each because he just needs to have the validation that he uploads on 3 different channels, and he's so popular on all 3 of those channels by 8 to 12-year-old like stupid naive girls while you're manipulating them with your sick fucking like imaginations and judgments and just like literally sociopathic ideals. Like, I literally have not met a more shitty person in my life. Like, he's just one of those people where you're kind of like, how does he exist? And like, why is he on the internet? And like, why does he even have fame? Like, it's just so many questions I don't understand. Also, he's married. Let that sit in for a second. He's married. I don't know how, but he is. And he married this girl like when she was like barely 18. Like, I think they were dating when she was 17 and he was a full grown ass adult. And then when she turned 18, they married. So yeah, apparently pedophilia is his go-to thing because primarily his audience is stupid, naive, foolish 8 to 12-year-old girls and stupid adults with sick imaginations, and he has a wife who he began dating at 17, so that's kind of like, okay. Maybe not, like, that's just kind of like, okay, can you chill? I don't understand. But anyways, so Onision, we're just gonna call him Onion because I cannot stand saying his name. So like, it's not even his name, it's his username, but that's how much I freaking despise this person. So we're just gonna call him Onion because that's who he is. Actually, calling him an onion is an insult to onions because ever since the movie Shrek and his iconic, I don't care what you have to say, iconic line about how ogres are like onions because they come with a lot of layers when he's trying to explain himself to Donkey because Donkey is an adorable, dumb donkey who is naive and adorable and like hilarious on so many levels. I freaking love the movie Shrek, okay? Like, just, I'm gay and I love memes. Like, why wouldn't I love Shrek? Like, excuse me? Like, plus, it's a literally film-making masterpiece. Like, you cannot tell me it is not one of the best animated movies ever. I don't care that it wasn't made by Disney. I don't care, okay? Like, Disney can fuck it. Like, I don't care. Shrek is amazing. The only thing that was wrong with Shrek was when they tried to, like, make a great thing into a greater thing and draw out the series, and then it was kind of like, okay, maybe don't do that because like it's kind of annoying. Like, chill for a second. And then Fiona and Shrek have like 50,000 fucking kids for some reason, and they never really grow up throughout the progression of the series. Because yes, I did dedicate myself to watch all of the Shrek movies because I'm a dedicated fan, but I also did not enjoy any of them because all of the continuations of the Shrek franchise are horrible and can never compare to the original. And, like, they're just cheap and, like, just imitations of the true thing. And the saddest part is it's continuated by DreamWorks. And, like, I don't, you can't, they destroyed a beautiful thing. Or they tried to destroy a beautiful thing. But the thing is, you cannot take the original Shrek away from us, okay? Like, you cannot ruin that, okay? Unless for some reason they somehow fuck that up by remaking the original Shrek, which I hope to God that they never do. Because they already made this, like, stupid, like, Hollywood play live action of Shrek. And I'm just like, I can't. I watched like commercials for it at one point and I just like, I was appalled. And never want to see anything like that ever again. It like haunts my nightmares. I'm not even kidding. I can't. Anyways, but back to the topic. Strange Aeons. I'm just going to say Aeons because like her name starts with an A, so like maybe it's pronounced Aeons. And then Strange Aeons, aka Tia, or Taya. Again, don't really know. Because like I just started watching her like literally yesterday. And Onision, this YouTuber who I haven't literally paid attention to or cared about in literally years. Like, I think the first time that I like heard about him was from one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, Shane Dawson. Like, he's got to be number 3 on the list. Number 1 is Gabby Hanna, number 2 is Jenna Marbles, and then number 3 is Shane Dawson. And the only reason that Shane Dawson gets number 3 on the list is because I freaking love Shane Dawson, and I think he's a very strong person in his own ways. But I do think that he lacks a certain kind of, like, independent, like, inner strength and confidence that both Gabby Hanna and Jenna Marbles have. Granted, Jenna Marbles and Gabby Hanna, like, both have inner confidence that is, like, completely different and completely unique from each other, but they both do have it, and they both, like, you can just tell that they're, like, confident in being themselves, and, like, it's just, like, amazing. And I feel like Shane is, like, an amazing, unique person who, like, has many talents and, like, is, like, an amazing person, but he's also, like, really, like, self-conscious, and like his self-esteem is like really low, and like he's always like scared, you know, and he's like almost scared of the public eye, and he's almost scared of the audience, but like his passions and his ideals are stronger than his fears, which I admire. But then like every time he makes a video that's like slightly controversial, like you can see the fear and the indecision in every single aspect of the video, and it's just kind of like, I mean, kudos to him for like giving it his all, but I feel like he's not giving it his all because like all of his videos are like not him. Like, they're just either series on other people where he's helping them, or videos where he's making jokes and he's doing certain fun things with his family. But he doesn't really like, and by family I mean like the squad, which is such a stupid saying. I don't get it. But like the like squad is basically like his group of friends. So like Garrett, Drew Monson, Ryland Adams and Morgan Adams, and like I think that's everybody. Oh, lest I forget that like they have like two fucking creepy ass like dolls that are baby dolls, and they're so creepy. I freaking hate them so much. Especially Ben. Ryan is okay because Ryan is like kind of like, he just looks like an ugly Asian baby and he doesn't look that realistic, so it's kind of okay. But he's still kind of creepy in a way that like adult men own a baby doll. And then on top of that, they have another baby doll that they got in a video like last year, I think. And it's like the most realistic, creepy looking fucking doll that you've ever seen in your fucking life. And its name is Ben. And it's in the hands of Garrett Watts. If that's not the most terrifying thing that you've ever heard in your life, I don't know what it is. Because, like, that's literally, like... also, I'm sick, so, like, you're going to hear me coughing a lot. Anyways, so back on topic. I get sidetracked a lot. So Strange Aeons and Onision, like, have beef together. And, like, they don't like each other for obvious reasons. One of them is a girl who is unabashedly honest with herself and with her viewers and is unafraid to be herself and be the true gay emo that she is. And I freaking love her for that. She's also a sarcastic bitch, which I also really love. And she's also really into emo pop culture, which is another thing that I really love. And she also loves Tumblr, which, yes, and yes. Okay, like 100% my bitch right now. Like, she is amazing. Anyways, and Onision is a pedophilic pig who is 100% a sociopath, who is also extremely narcissistic. Like, YouTubers always joke about being narcissistic or narcissist, but Onision is without a doubt a narcissist. Like, there's no doubt. Like, he is 100% like a sociopathic narcissist. Like, there's no doubt about that. Like, it's disgusting. Okay, like, he's literally like one of the most disgusting people that I've ever had the misfortune of knowing. I can't. Ugh, I hate him. And so, like, I go out of my way to, like, avoid him because I discovered him because of Shane, because Shane and Onision, I don't really know the full story, but apparently Onision and Shane did a video a while back, like, literally years back, like, back in, like, 2008 or 10. Like, it's a long-ass time ago, okay? And, like, they were, like, okay together because like Shane can literally get along with like the devil himself, which coincidentally Onision is not that far from the devil himself, so like, you know, just proof that Shane Dawson is like the nicest man alive. But aside from that fact, they get along okay supposedly, I guess. Unfortunately, like, I didn't start watching Shane until like 2013 or 14, I think. So, like, I don't really, like, I didn't watch the video, and, like, by the time that, like, all of this had started, like, erupting, and, like, they all, like, it became established that they, like, don't like each other. Well, it became very well established on Onision's side that they don't like each other, supposedly. But Shane just kind of said Onision just is a dick and lied about it, but I don't want to go further because, like, this is just a ridiculous thing, and I'm not gonna enable him, which was a mature move, so thanks, Shane. But, like, anyway, so basically, like, a while back, like, literally 2008, 2010, like, Onision and Shane did a collab together. Apparently, it was fun, it was good, whatever. And then, from that, Onision derived that they were like best friends, and like in videos since then, like you'd be like, oh my god, like Shane and I are best friends, and Shane was just kind of like, okay, whatever, sure. And then right around the time that Shane started making like more food oriented videos, because he used to like, when Shane first started his channel, he like did a lot of like comedy skits, and like made fun of himself, and like would dress up and like cross dress and like just look like ridiculous, and like it was hilarious. But like and Onision, I think when he started his channel, he kind of did similar things, except they were much more fucked up, and they were like more on the like disturbing humor side. Which, to be fair, so were Shane's, but like Shane's were like all in good humor, and like they weren't like disgusting, and like Onision's were legitimately like disgusting. But anyways, they did a collab together because they shared similar like channel ideals, I guess. I don't know. And similar channel themes, I guess is the proper term for it. And then but then when they made their video together, apparently it was success, and like Onision gained a lot of followers from it. And so Onision would like brag constantly that Shane and him were like best friends, yada yada yada. And Shane just kind of like went about his day and just kind of ignored the fact that like Onision kept making these like ridiculous claims that they were best friends and all of this shit. And then when Shane like started changing, like, because normally people who literally are human and evolve, like any living thing with normal human, like just living thing like capabilities, would evolve as a person, and YouTube is all about your life and what you do with it. So obviously Shane's Jawson's like channel would evolve at some point. Like everybody's channel evolves at some point. It's freaking like the most obvious thing in the world that would happen. And Shane Dawson like freaking is obsessed with food. Like he used to be like super overweight. So, like I think that's part of the reason why people loved him so much, because like he came out and like told like everybody how he used to be like really overweight, and like now he's thin, but like he still has like really bad body issues, and it just like opened up all these new doors of like, oh, I think he was one of the first YouTubers who was like actually vulnerable with himself, which I like, kudos to him. Like he's just like an amazing person. I freaking love him so much. But like hold on. Sorry, it's starting to get cold, so I moved positions basically under the covers. Anyways, so basically Shane just like pretty much ignored Onision, and then his channel started evolving, and he started making like these like weird wonky like food videos where like he did like food experiments and like did a lot of like weird funny stuff, and like just I thought it was hilarious. I thought like he grew, and like just I thought it was like hilarious. And around that time when he started making those type of videos, I started watching him. So like that was like around 2013, 2014 that he started making those type of foodie videos, you know. And then around that time, Onision, who happens to be vegan, saw this and were like betrayed, I guess. Betrayed, like I don't know why, but whatever. And he made like several videos about how he and Shane used to be best friends, and then Shane like stabbed him behind the back, and then all of a sudden Shane's channel was like completely like different now, and like that's why, because their friendship broke off, and like Shane couldn't fathom having similar videos to Onision, so he switched his channel's ideals and theme to food, and it just happenstance has to be a lot of like fast food type of food, and like experience with mixing different fast foods together or blending them together, or like blending a bunch of like different sour candies together. It's kind of like weird, whatever. But like that's what Shane started doing around that time, and apparently in Onision's mind, like he got offended by that, so like he decided to twist the story on Shane, and like say that like Shane betrayed him, and make up this like ridiculous story about how Shane betrayed him, and then that's the reason why Shane changed his channel, And like, and then ever since then, like, him and Shane, like, are supposedly enemies now. And like, Onision, like, will hate on Shane whenever he can, saying that he's a fake, fat, like, asshole and blah, 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 which is just like, what, I don't understand. And then Shane literally, like, briefly, like, in 2015, I think he made, like, a little short video. Actually, no, I don't even think it was even dedicated to Onision. This is how much he doesn't give a shit about Onision. I love it so much. But, like, he does a questionnaire, like a Q&A, and, like, Twitter questions or whatever, and, somebody asks him, like, about the Onision beef situation, and, like, Shane is like, Onision is a liar, and, like, I don't want to go any further because I don't want to enable him, and thank you, but that's all I'm going to say for now. And then he just casually moves on to the next question, like, Onision doesn't go any further in his mind, because Onision shouldn't, because Onision is a piece of shit who, like, is attention-grabbing and sociopathic and just, like, what the fuck. Anyways, but back onto Strange Aeons and Onision's, like, beef together. Basically, Strange Aeons was, like, ever since she discovered Onision's channel, like, proclaimed that she really hates him, and, like, yada yada yada, on her channel, like, consistently, like, on a consistent basis. And, I guess Onision discovered this, and, like, made a video making fun of her, and basically the whole video was, like, him saying that she was, like, a worthless bitch, and why she was a worthless bitch was because she looked stupid, and he basically, like, cross-dressed to look like her and, like, made fun of how she looked the entire video. And that was his defense against her insults to him. You see where I'm going with, like, this like, just, is this a full-grown adult? The world may never know. Like, God. Anyways, and the fact that he's married on top of that, I'm just like, does she know what kind of person he is? Like, what the, I don't understand. I just don't. And apparently, which I didn't even know this about Onision until I was watching Strange Aeons videos on him, and, apparently Onision has written books. Several, apparently. And, like, just, Onision is supposedly, like, emo, but in my opinion, I think that he's emo because he's sociopathic, so he has very strong anger reactions, but he's doesn't have any other kind of normal reactions, and so he passes that off as a facade of, like, immunity, and it's because I'm so depressed, and, like, yada yada yada, I've been through so much pain, like, that's why I don't have many feelings other than anger. And then also on top of that, I think that the emo facade also, like, feeds into his fan base as well, because it gives him, like, not to be stereotypical or anything, but, like, the emo people, I hate using that word, but, like, anyways, they're very emotionally unstable people, typically, and, like, to express that they're not emotionally stable, they over-exaggerate the fact that they're not emotionally stable, just in case you can't tell by looking at them, and purposefully paint their faces paler than they actually are, and then do raccoon eyes and, like, the shaggy black hair because that's so dramatic, and, like, always wear black because that expresses their mood. And I'm just saying, like, this is what I, like, am describing what I think that, like, people stereotype, like, emos as, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, this is probably where Onision's thought process went, where that's why he's, like, pretending to be emo. But, like, basically, he thinks that there are a lot of emo kids who are like unstable enough to like create like and be easily manipulated and like I don't know why girls do this, but typically girls have like a very like especially when they're young, like elementary, late elementary through middle school and sometimes even high school and sometimes even in their adult lives, they like fantasize about like an extremely dominant, masculine, like assertive and aggressive male partner. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I, I don't know why. It's like a consistent thing that like all girls do, except for gay girls, because like we don't we don't go for that. But like 99% of straight girls go through this phase at least once in their lives. So like it's just like okay, I don't get it, but like sure you do that thing, like it's fine. So add on to that, and then add on to the emotional instability of like the typical emo kid, whatever. And I guess Onision's thinking process was that like if he like amps up his emo and amps up his aggression, but like is protective and loving and like blah blah blah, but asserts his dominance in a sexual way, like is gonna win the hearts of 12, like 8 to 12 year olds around the globe because he's just so attractive and so like pulls at my heartstrings and like just so relatable to the average emo tween. Like my heart is quaking. Like my god, I can't. So anyways, like he just actually lost track of what I was trying to say because I got so into making fun of him. He's just like pathetic. Like I can't. Oh, I'm back on track now. Basically, he's written books before, and one of his favorite little things to do is to write characters where there's an extremely masculine, egotistical person, clearly mirrored after himself, and then there's a romantic partner, a girl who's like emo and self harms and like is extremely depressed and like has severe PTSD and yada yada yada. And this main character who's like egotistical and like dominant and like assertive and just like Mr. Dreamy, McDreamy over here, but emo, saves her. And like basically the whole book is about that. And like apparently Strange Aeons wanted to read this book to critique it in a video on her channel, which I get it. Onision is a piece of shit. We all know that. Like, aside from the deranged children who will literally just grow out of it, like most kids do, like 9 out of kids do grow out of this like emo phase and like this dreamy McDreamy assertive borderline and sometimes definitely abusive romantic partner. Like just I don't understand, but like whatever. Masculineness is hot to the average straight woman, I guess. I don't know. And like just but basically like that's what Onision's channel is, and that's who he is as a character. Okay, I don't really need to say more than that because like you kind of like can make your own conclusions and deductions about. Conclusions and deductions are literally like synonyms of each other. Why did I say them right after each other? Like they did whatever. Anyways, so Strange Aeons made a video about the book which is just one of his books. Like, I think it's, like, his most recent book. Like, he made it in 2015 or something like that. But, like, she actually bought his book, and she read the whole thing, which kudos to her, because I probably wouldn't have been able to do the same thing at all. But, like, also, and then she made a video critiquing it, and, like, all of the things that she said were valid, but, like, my problem with it, though, is that the only people that this book would ever appeal to, and the only people that Onision and his channel would ever appeal to, are the children that are fed this shit by society and, like, think that this kind of stuff is okay, and, like, just it's not. But, like, I feel like we're at a time where, like, violence is, like, seen as, like, a normal thing. I'm not even going to go into the news or school shootings because we don't need to bring politics into this. But, like, I'm just saying, like, violence is becoming, like, a normalcy. Not just in America, but around the world. And it's also become, like, a normalcy in movies, too. Like, it's just very, like, subdued and, like, sugar-coated and, like, fake, you know? Like, I don't think kids realize just how, like, bad the situations can get, like, you know? And, like, just, I think that straight girls' minds are, like, hardwired to, like, be attracted to, like, the more masculine male, especially when they're very hormonal and they're growing as teens. But, like, and I guess that's normal, but, like, with the internet and social media and with society's, like, implications and, like, just how normal sized violence is nowadays, it's like they don't, like, process, like, how fucked up Onision is as a person and how, like, just disgusting he is. But, like, they do when they grow older. Like, I have no doubt about that. Like, when these kids that are primarily viewing him, like, they're in a learning place right now, and they chose the wrong person to learn from. But I hope beyond hope that they grow from their mistakes, and, like, by the time they're 14, at least, just come to the conclusion that Onision is a sick, fucking, like, disgusting piece of shit, and, like, abandon him and, like, leave his channel. Like,